Hello, it's Sunday today, but it is not holiday for advocates because today there is a Lok Adalat in Delhi courts. This is a special Lok Adalat. This is why if you want to become a lawyer like me, I am also a lawyer, but I don't go to the Saket court because of I don't want it to go because at least you should have one day to rest and one day to chill. This is why I avoid to go to the Sakit court today because I have some challans to settle in the Lok Adalat, but I prefer not to go to the Sakit court, and I will definitely going to settle my all of these challans which is pending for the Lok Adalat, this Lok Adalat. I will definitely going to settle these challans in the evening court. Yes, I have alternatives, so many alternatives. So I will, and I am totally, you can see I am ready, and I just went out to meet my friends, but somehow he didn't come to meet me. So I was, you know from inside I was angry upon him. So I, as I went to him to meet him, I came back because he was not there at that point of time, or I can say on the time he was not there. He might be late, but I didn't wait for him at that point of time. I returned to my room, and I was thinking about to upload my previous video. I didn't upload till now. And if I talk about the time is 12 p.m. right now. Yes, 12 p.m. right now. And I didn't upload my previous video, that was the 141st day of, and it is my 142nd day of English speaking practice being a lawyer. You know why I practice daily? I already shared with you in many videos, and I always want to be real with you so that you can also get to know if you are a beginner and want to try to speak in English, and if you are just thinking about the fluency. I didn't get this fluency within a month or within some days. I have practiced more than 4 months, and it is about to 5 months because it's my 142nd day of English speaking practice regularly without skip any day. This is the raw and real progress of mine towards English, so that this is my desire to be fluent in English so that I can argue in the high court and supreme court. I don't want to limit myself in the district courts only, because I can argue in district courts in Hindi as well because I am from the Hindi background. So I know how to argue, and but if I talk about the cases in the high court and supreme court, how could I think to appear in the high court or supreme court because I don't know English. And there is one thing you can argue, there is one language you can argue in the high court and supreme court in Delhi, that is English. Without English you can't sustain in this profession, especially I am talking about the high court and supreme court. And I am you know I want to raise my standard, because if you argue and if you speak, if you communicate in English, your standard of, or I can say the status of advocacy raise slightly. Okay, as per your experience, as per your fluency. Yes, I am not joking. It is raw and real things, and it is reality. If you argue in English, somehow people think about you like you are a professional. But if you argue in Hindi before the judge, most of the lawyers who are waiting and who are sitting behind you would be think like he's not a professional, he is like a road chap advocate. Okay, so this is why it is important to gain fluency, because it is for our growth. English is for my growth. I don't care about anything. I only care about my English fluency, because I already create the environment of English speaking from since morning to evening. I visualize things, and I somehow train my mind to think in English, and I say to my mind to just say to this scenario in English, and I train my mind. This is how. Okay, so are you getting my point? And this is all about. Till now I am going to upload my yesterday video, in which I practiced of English speaking. And before uploading, I thought, okay, let's shoot a clip so that I can complete my task of the day. Because speaking straightly 15 minutes feels like, okay, on what topic should I speak? And this is how I don't want to pick random thing to speak on. I want to speak clearly, because if you have topic, you can easily say to your mind to speak in on that topic. But if you don't have any topic to speak on, you say to your mind to think about the topic as well, and you say to your mind as well, as along with, I can say, just give me some words so that I can speak. So your mind work parallelly. So for avoiding this, just pick a topic to speak on, and then you can speak on. So this is all about till now. And yes, bye, see you later. Don't wait for perfect time. If you are just waiting for a perfect time doesn't come. You have to create this. You know what? How? Because if you are just you know like in this situation, if you want to become, or if you want to be a doctor or something, lawyer, or any corporate business, anyhow, you want to become anything in any sector, and you are just thinking about to wait for perfect time to begin, there is no perfect time exist. You have to create the environment to create the opportunity to become perfect. It's a kind of process to become, going towards the perfection. There is no perfect time in this, world. If you are waiting for a perfect time, you will wait forever. Because I don't wait even for perfect time, because I am making this video. I am not waiting for my perfect fluency. When I will get fluency, then I will start speaking. This is not going to happen. This is not going to happen. Like, I'm just thinking about to getting fluency, and once I will get fluency, then I will start speaking. Then how can I expect from myself? If I get fluency, suppose, like, if I am fluent now, I am fluent in my mind, but when it's time to speak, I didn't train my mouth to speak. I will definitely going to my tongue will definitely going to slip, and pronunciation will be spoiled. This is why practice is more important than perfection. If you are not perfect at anything, but if you are consistent on the same thing, I'm talking about that one thing, you will be perfect one day, not first day. So this is a kind of process. You have to stick on one thing if you want to become extraordinary in any sector, or any job, or any kind of business. You have to focus on one thing. Don't try to catch two rabbit at the same time. Just try to catch one rabbit a time. If you focus on one thing, your mind focus in a same direction, in one direction, and it stores more information for that goal. If you focus on one goal, but if you have different kinds of goal, your mind puzzle sometimes, and it doesn't respond. because when I upload video on YouTube or any social media platform, if I am not uploading a same kind of niche, like I am making blog and sometimes I upload motivational video, sometimes I am uploading kind of video in which I am eating something, and sometimes I upload like when I am just walking in a garden, and sometimes I upload video in which I practice of English speaking, and algorithm will be going to confuse, and algorithm will not going to support me to push my video, and YouTube algorithm will not going to show my video with new peoples. This is why it is most important to stick on one thing for until you will get result. If you get result, if you get great result or good result at one thing, then you can expand slightly, not over the time. It is a kind of motivation I want to share with you. That is, I am just talking to you. It is my 100, I don't even exact remember it is about the day, but yes, I am you know so consistent on my journey of English speaking, and this is how. And most of the time I try to speak in English, and I try to communicate with real people as well, because if I talk about the today was the very awkward situation happened. What happened exactly? I called to the customer care, and the customer care was female, and she was so fluent in English, and she was speaking so much fast in English, and I don't even remember what was the first line he spoke to me. But yes, there was something, welcome sir, and how can I help you, this kind of line he spoke to me. And after listening this, because he was so fast in English, I cut the call. I don't know why, but yes, I cut the call. And then I again requested for the call, because I was thinking like at that point of time, like yes, it may be possible someone else will going to pick my call. But again, she again picked my call, and again she repeated the same line in a very fast pace in English. And again, I cut the call, because I don't even imagine what should I say now, and how can I communicate with him or her. Sorry, how can I communicate with her? Because he is so fast in English. How can I, make her understand? Because there was query in my mind, and how can I make her understand? I was thinking inside my mind. This is why I cut my call. And then again I you know requested for the call in Hindi. I selected the language in Hindi, and then again she again picked my call in Hindi. But his her Hindi was not good. But I communicate with her in Hindi at the daytime. I am talking about today. And thereafter I went to get a haircut. You can see I am just coming from getting haircut. I didn't take bath till now. I am not going to take bath. I will take bath in the morning. And you can see I just came out after haircut, because it's Sunday today. I was thinking it is the right time to get a haircut, because other days I usually don't have time to get haircut. This is why I went at the evening time around at 6 a.m. 6 p.m. sorry, 6 p.m. And then I went to, because my cousin lives there, so I went to his home first, because there was so many peoples are waiting at the barber shop. So instead of waiting there, I went to my cousin house, and then I met with my cousin family. And after that I went to the barber shop again, and then I get, or I can say, then I got this haircut. And after that, I again went to my cousin house, and I have dinner over there. And after having dinner, I returned back to my room, and now I am at my room, and I am making this video because I was about to go to the sleep. Before sleeping, I was thinking like, okay, let's complete the video because it's a kind of task, it is a kind of liability, or I can, it is not a kind of liability, I am investing my time to create my mind in a different way. You know what, why? Because I want to you know differentiate my mind to think in English and think in Hindi. Because if I think in Hindi, I can say whatever I want to say without even think in my mind. But when it's time to think in English, because without thinking you can't speak. This is the raw and real problem we all face at the beginner level. If you can't think in English, you can't speak in English. If you have any word in English and you want to pronounce and you want to speak, you have to think first, then you speak. So instead of focus on speaking randomly, just focus on thinking in English. Instead of trying, or instead of search on YouTube like how to speak in English, search how to think in English. This would be the correct search that would be going to help you in a right way. Because if you find anything according to you, you will progress fast. But when it's time to if you are just thinking like or searching on YouTube how to speak English, how to speak in English, and there are so many videos. There are thousands, or I can say more than thousands are video over the you can find on the YouTube. But the all videos are waste of time. Otherwise you can't even think in English, because without thinking in English you can't be fluent. This kind of a psychology I get, or I can say I got over the time, because I have invested so much time in English speaking practice, and I always consume content in English. And consuming content in English, it helps in a different way. Because if you are just thinking like, okay, what should I say to this, at that point of time these kind of video would be going to help you. Because you see in different kinds of videos, in different kind of expressions and words and vocabulary, sentences structures, or grammatical rules. So if you are just watching again and again and again same thing, that thing, or that thing stick in your mind forever. And if you are practicing on the same rule, same word, same vocabulary, same sentence structure, same vocabulary rule, it will live, or it will stay in your mind forever. And there are some dogs barking in the street, and you can hear the sound. There are so many dogs barking each other. So I have completed the task of the day. I am going to getting sleep, because I have dinner at my cousin brother. But I came to my room because I can stay at my cousin room, but not cousin room, cousin home. But I didn't stay there, because if I would stay there, I would be late for going to the circuit court. It happens many times. This is why I didn't stay there. Because in night, what I would be going to do? Sleep. as I sleep there, as I sleep, at my room, it is the same thing. But one thing is different, that is if I sleep there, I would be got late to go to the Saket court today, tomorrow. And if I sleep at my room, I will, wake up at least on time, and then I will getting ready, and then I go to the Saket court on time. So this is all about the today, and I will definitely going to see you tomorrow. Hit the subscribe button to join this channel and to see my progress. Am I really progressing day by day or not? Am I really, improving my English speaking practice? If I am improving my English day by day, you can let me know. If I am making mistakes, you can still you can let me know in the comment box what should I improve and what should I improve over the time.